Hey guys, it's Joe from Joe Reviews here to review Justice League. Finally, after all the controversy, after all the reshoots, after all the big interactions, after week after week after week hearing this movie was going to fail, it is finally here. What do I think about it? Let's take a trip back to memory lane to figure out what I think about the other DCEU movies, excluding Suicide Squad. Man of Steel. He is a new Superman. He's figuring out his powers. He kills somebody, which creates a lot of controversy. Well, I believed that he would become the American Superman in a later movie. I believed that everything that happened in this movie would affect the other movies. And you see that progression. So all you haters that hated Man of Steel, watch Justice League and then go back and watch Man of Steel. Because Man of Steel is fantastic. Henry Cavill as a new Superman is fantastic. Zod is hilarious. Not as funny as Superman's 2 Zods, but Zod is fantastic too. This movie is a 9 out of 10. Go out and go see it. Now, Batman v Batman v Superman. Batman's great. Superman's in the movie. And Wonder Woman is fantastic. So 2 out of the 3 heroes is fantastic. But the rest of the movie's a joke. Even Lex Luthor, Superman's big villain, is a joke. DC, why did you have to be like Marvel? Why couldn't you just do a couple movies first? Batman v Superman gets a 6 out of 10. It's an okay movie. It's not even an average movie. It's an okay movie. And the reason I give it an above average rating is because Batman v Superman, that fight, before the very end of that fight, it was awesome. And the rest of the movie might have been boring, but there's stuff to see to understand. Justice League, but I mean, in all reality, you could skip this movie. Wonder Woman was next, and it was fantastic. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, fantastic. The movie music was fantastic. You wanted to keep listening to the soundtrack even after the movie ended. It was just that impactful. It made you really like the movie. And it's another 9 out of 10 movie. I think Man of Steel is a little bit better because I do like Superman's story arc and that a little bit more. But Wonder Woman, just wow, it was fantastic. And going to the World War II settings, I love history, so that was amazing. Now we're getting to Justice League. Well, with Ben Affleck not wanting to be Batman, Joss Whedon had to take over and redo pretty much, I think, the entire movie, or at least half of it. And then Zack Snyder with his issues and having to leave the movie. How was it? I'm super happy to tell you it is an awesome, awesome movie. It's really well done. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, again, kills it. Batman, Ben Affleck. You gotta stay playing Batman for a while, Mr. Ben. You gotta do it because this movie pretty much says you're gonna keep playing Batman. And then Henry Cavill was amazing in the newest new American Superman that everybody wanted. He's now the Superman you want. You want! He's that Superman. Ezra Miller as the Flash. A new quirky take on him. A little bit dumber than I think Barry Allen should be. But he is the comic relief and he does a fantastic job. I cannot wait for his movie. Cyborg. once he's in another movie, I think you will understand his character a lot more. This movie, he was pretty much, I'm human, now I'm cyborg, Terminator style, where his character is kind of pushed to the wayside just a little bit. But I think after he's in either Flashpoint, the Flash movie, or I don't know how he would fit into Aquaman, or in Justice League 2, it'll expound on his character. And I think he will be one of the best characters because his banter with Barry Allen was fantastic. Those two are funny. Now, Aquaman. I don't like Aquaman in anything, really. Justice League was the first time where I was like, okay, I can accept the character, but he's just boring. This new drunkard Aquaman is really hilarious when he needs to be. He's really serious when he needs to be. And there's one part where he has to tell the truth, and it's hilarious what he says about the other DC characters. It is fantastic. He does a great job, and I cannot wait to see the Aquaman movie. It's not going to be boring. It's going to be a more serious take on his character, and so it's going to be a more serious movie. But if they continue in the vein of Justice League, it's going to be a great movie. Now, the story is a very similar story to Marvel's Avengers, where you have them all collecting together because somebody's trying to end the world. And this character is Steppenwolf. And as a CGI character, yes, he is a CGI monster, but he is better than that. He's not going to be a villain that you're going to remember. And I think they overpowered him just a little bit. Because it would have been great to see Superman come back at the very end of the movie. That way, the next movie could be Death and Resurrection of Superman. But, you know, they need Superman to finish Steppenwolf. But that journey to get Superman, then to finish off Steppenwolf is great. There is a very good beginning, which has a very Lord of the Rings vibe at the very beginning of the Fellowship of the Ring, where you have the hordes of Mordor and elves and humans and dwarves all clashing together. That whole CGI part at the very beginning. Yes, that scene was pretty much taken and put into this movie, and it is one of the best fight scenes in the movie. It's awesome. And now it's humans, Themyscirians, and Aquaman's people. I can't remember. Atlanteans, yes. So all three of them fight Steppenwolf at the very beginning of the movie. And it is awesome. There is 2 end credit scenes, and one of them, I'm not going to spoil it, but it is pulled straight out of a comic, and it is hilarious. Which is the first one. The second one, it's a very much Marvel end credit scene. This movie is not going to get as high as a rating as Man of Steel or Wonder Woman. It's not as good as those movies, but it is a very fun flick. The action scenes are good, even though the CGI it's okay. I think if they would have actually had more time to finish the film, I think it would look better. So when they come out with the Blu-ray special edition that's longer, 2.5 to 3 hours instead of the 2-hour movie we got, I think they will fix up the CGI so when you get on Blu-ray, it's going to look fantastic. And they really need to fix Henry Cavill's lip a little bit because he was filming Mission Impossible 6 when he had a mustache, and they actually had to CGI it out. And you can tell sometimes that his lip is not where it should be, and it's kind of funny. So I think they'll fix that up in the Blu-ray as well. There's a few minor issues that I do have with the story because it does feel a little rushed, but it is a continuous flow. I'm really glad that since they had two directors having to bounce back and forth between Joss Whedon and Zack Snyder, especially when Zack Snyder went because of his whole family issue thing. Then Joss Whedon had to do a whole bunch of reshoots. That it really does feel like a Zack Snyder film with some Joss Whedon flair into it, but it really feels like it was directed by one director, and that is fantastic. This movie does get an 8 out of 10. It is a go watch on the big screen. You won't regret it. And it is a buy on Blu-ray. It is fantastic movie. I would highly suggest you go see it on the big screen though, because some of those action scenes really do need to be seen on the big screen. So guys, as always, please hit the like and subscribe button. This is Joel Reviews signing out.